Hi everyone, thanks so much for being here. My name is Kat and I make houseplant videos here on Good and Planty. If you just so happen to absolutely love this video, please consider liking it, commenting, subscribing, or following me on Instagram. All of these things help me grow my channel like a plant. Okay, so today we are doing something a little bit different, but there was interest for this, so don't click off. Basically, today is a video about my very first YouTube paycheck. This is actually not my paycheck, but it is an address verification thing, which I will talk about later. I thought it would be fun to kind of share some back-end plant tube stuff that helped me get to my first paycheck, and then also share exactly how much I made my first month being monetized on YouTube. I hope that this video will be at least a little bit useful for anyone interested in starting a YouTube channel, particularly a plant tube channel, but this will also be perfect for anyone who is nosy and loves this type of content like me. As you can probably imagine, there is a lot that goes into running and growing a YouTube channel, more than I thought. I just figured that the best way to get to the paycheck is to just go through a very super brief timeline of Good and Planty's first couple months. Here is my little YouTube notebook, and let's look at some dates. So on May 30th, I posted my very first YouTube video. It was super incredibly weird to open up my video camera app and start talking to myself. It was a very strange experience, especially when you have no audience at all and you feel like you're completely talking to yourself. But my little advice, I guess, for this little period of, under 100 subs maybe, is to just keep cranking out content and doing your best to stay committed, even if it feels a little strange and awkward. And also, don't be afraid to ask for constructive criticism. Jonah is brutally honest with me at all times, so if something I'm posting is a little bit more cringy than normal, he will let me know, and I really appreciate that. Anyway, so moving on in the timeline, on August 26th, so 3 months about from my first video, I finally reached 1,000 subscribers. So if you don't know, to get monetized on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 5,000 watch hours. So that is why 1,000 subscribers is kind of a huge milestone for a lot of starting YouTubers. John, are you outside?
Yes, I am. The delivery.
Maybe you'll make the cut.
Easy. At least you drinking the coffee will be making the cut.
Thank you, John.
I love you.
I just talked about you.
Oh, you did? What did you say?
I said that you would tell me if I made a cringy video.
Yeah, absolutely.
At this point, I actually had already reached the 5,000 watch hours, so I was overjoyed to finally reach the 1,000 mark and be potentially monetized. I feel like being monetized just feels validating in many different ways, because by the time you're monetized, you have a little tiny following, so you feel like there's actually people listening to what you're saying. And then, of course, because of capitalism, it makes you just feel like what you're doing is kind of worth something. And then, of course, it makes my life, any bit easier, just having any sort of side income. Obviously, pouring so much time into something and love, I want it to, produce something back. So money is a really great fruit of my labor. But anyway, I have 3 key tips to kind of just get your channel rolling and hopefully getting you to the monetization mark. So my first tip is to absolutely pick a consistent upload schedule. The algorithm loves that stuff. Just pick whatever works for you. I obviously do Tuesday and Friday twice a week at 10 a.m. and I just go with that. That's what I picked in the beginning, and I will be continuing with that for as long as possible. My next piece of advice is to definitely research the topics that you're doing, either looking at other creators, not necessarily copying them, but just seeing, what's up, what's doing well for everyone, and just typing in a topic that you're interested in doing in the search bar and seeing how people are titling them and what words are doing really well. So that's a little bit of a niche marketing skill, but if you just looking to YouTube best practices or YouTube SEO that should lead you on the right path. And lastly, my biggest tip is to not compromise your personality for YouTube best practices. I am not saying I have the best personality ever, but I do try to make sure that my videos are not boring. I do the best that I can anyway. For example, my funnier videos like the tiers or the celebrities as houseplants videos absolutely tank, but I genuinely love making them so much, and I feel like for the few subscribers that watch that, we can kind of make a little jokey joke or get a little closer. So for me, that payoff is really worth it and I love doing it, so expect more of those kinds of videos. And while that might, you know, tank your channel in some ways, so my analytics do not do very well with those kinds of videos, it does just kind of feed into a really well-rounded channel in my opinion. So we set up the channel, we were, you know, set to be monetized, and then on August 28th, I was officially monetized. So 2 days after reaching my 1,000 subscribers and 5,000 watch hours, I was officially monetized. So how come I was officially monetized in August but did not get my first paycheck till October? Not only do you have to get approved by YouTube, but you have to set up a Google AdSense account. I have to look at my notes. You have to get your address verified, you need to link your bank account, and then reach a minimum threshold of $100 in earnings. So I got monetized at the tail end of August and only made $7 for the month of August. So that was not enough to pay out in September. So I had to wait till my September earnings to have enough to finally pay out in October, because you do not get paid for the previous month until the end of the next month. So I got paid on October 21st. So that is the last little milestone in this timeline. And my first YouTube paycheck was $178 direct deposited right into my sweet bank account. Of course, I still have to take the tax out of that money, so really it's roughly $120, but still feeling really happy about it. I have a small little announcement that I will share with you all next week probably, and it's just a small way for me to say thank you to all of you. So yeah, that's coming, and that's part of what I spent my first paycheck on. All of my next paychecks for a little while will probably go towards getting a camera so that in 2021 we will be Good and Planty 2.0 and you will be able to see all of my pores. But yeah, that's kind of, you know, all of the stuff that I went through to get monetized. Of course, I'm still a very baby channel, but I find it interesting to know what creators go through on the back end, so I thought that I would be fully transparent with what my experience was, and maybe it helps, you know, some other baby creator. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed this little behind the scenes, and maybe in the future I can drop little nuggets of these here and there. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We also reached 2,000 subs, so that's crazy. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for the support. I obviously cannot get paid without you. So I will see you in my next video. Bye!